Hello and welcome back to Philly by Night, the Monster Within. So, up to this point, Calliope has been having a very, very bad day. They've just been cheated on, dumped, then told that while you're really good, you'll never be good enough. Not like you won't be good enough for this role this one time. It was like, don't try doing this again.
Yeah, just don't come to the audition for the primary roles
Yeah,
next time.
it's not for you. Um, and Calliope gets the fuck out of there because also having to continue to work with the person that slept with your partner was the other thing that was on the table that went silently unsaid in that situation. It was like, hey, you can still have a job. You're really good. Uh,
Having a job.
you got a patron now. I guess it's cool. But
Yeah. As
yeah,
Calliope is sobbing outside next to the dumpster in the alleyway, their thoughts are not on the one small win of today, which was the fact that they didn't break any of their toes, wearing brand new point shoes for their audition, and they have a patron. Not the first thing on their mind, unfortunately.
speaking of said patron, out of the shadows almost, this woman, it's like probably around 5'1", sort of stocky, but she, you can tell that she's older because her hair is gray. There's a few wrinkles, but she seems to be relatively good shape. Maybe she was an athlete herself at some point. You don't smell her. Like, there's no scent that comes off of her, no perfume, nothing pretty. She wears a pantsuit, very businesslike. Uh, you normally don't see short women in pantsuits, but she wears it with a confidence that's like, I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks about me. Her hair is up in a tight bun, and she looks at you and she goes, there you are.
Uh, sorry. Um, uh,
You do not have to apologize
just
to me,
what's,
child. No,
what's
no, 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 no.
sorry. I have really bad allergies. I'm so sorry.
You're allergic to
So weird.
rejection.
uh, I'm sorry. Uh, I'm not wearing the right shoes.
You were magnificent. I don't care what they said.
Well, if only you were the choreographer. I'm sorry. I really shouldn't. I haven't even introduced myself. And Calliope stands up several inches taller than this woman, like half a head at least, and kind of like seems to make themselves small against the side of the building. And that's just how they are. They make themselves gentle and small, even though they were just basically on the ground wailing. They try to compose themselves. The pieces of the mask cracked. They're trying to put it back on their face. To talk, this is one opportunity to talk to their patron, and guess what they're doing? Crying in front of her. Uh, Calliope desperately tries to pull themselves together. I'm so sorry. I haven't even introduced myself. My name is Calliope. Uh, Ensemble dancer
I know
here.
who you are. You are. You're probably the most magnificent dancer this troupe has ever seen. But they don't recognize it. No, they do not.
That means quite a lot. Thank you.
He said nature, didn't he? He said it should be effortless.
Hey, he is right.
No, he's not. What is more natural than working yourself to the breaking point, to getting to the brink of that, and then pushing beyond? The best of the athletes in the world have done this. And you should be penalized for it because it is not pretty enough. He is a fool.
Calliope doesn't quite know what to say. Because it's true. In this art form, they are not supposed to sweat. They are not supposed to bleed. They are not supposed to cry. But this person's words do harmonize. If there's anything that Calliope knows, it's hard work. They have tried so hard. They take care of their mom. They've tried so hard. They almost dropped out of school just so they could keep dancing. Just so they could keep dancing. Keep going. And the fact that they're here, that they're even part of the ensemble, it was the best day of their life. It was the best day of their life.
She looks at you and
They
she
haven't
goes,
had a day like that in a long time.
You apologize for crying. But is that just not a natural outburst of emotion, of pain, of suffering, of the hurt that you feel, that you've earned?
I suppose. But there's only one principal role.
That is a lie. Maybe for the show, perhaps. But they can have more. There's enough money, they can have whatever they want. But maybe you're better than this place. I saw you tonight, Calliope. Not just on the stage, but in the studio. I saw you when your muscles screamed, when your lungs burned, when every part of you wanted to break and you kept going.
I've just had a hard day. There's something hypnotic about her. Something strange.
It's almost
Calliope is-
unsettling, but intriguing at the same time.
Calliope can feel the fine hairs on the back of their neck rise a little. But it's like that feeling, part of the choreography. Sometimes if they reach their arm out far enough and the bend, they can feel the bones. They can feel the ligaments cracking over their joints. They can feel the strength, the strenuous muscle holding their body together as they reach and they push it as far as they can. And it makes sense. She saw their bones. And they want to recoil. But isn't that what they asked for this whole time? For anyone to see them? It's not going to be Giselle. Giselle's not going to see them. Choreographers aren't going to see them. The audiences aren't going to see them. Nobody is going to see how they bleed. Nobody is going to see how their skin stretches over bone and muscle. Nobody is going to see the hours of riding public transport so they can get to PT. Nobody is going to see the cracks and the bloody holes on the bottom of their feet from breaking in wooden boxes to balance on. No one is going to see the tight lines that their clothes leave in their skin. Every single day, they wear a leotard with tights over under sweatpants and a warm, warm sweater to make sure that their muscles are always warm, always ready to go. No one is going to see them. Except she did. She saw the blood and the sweat and the tears. She saw the chrysalis. And Calliope's wings are still drying. Their tears are still drying. Even though it's hypnotic, they nod. They look at her and they nod.
Almost as if reading your mind. She goes, Armando, he sees a finished product. The polished, almost carved out ideal of what this is supposed to look like. But he does not understand the beauty and the madness that it takes to get there. You get it. You understand it. That willingness to shatter yourself over and over again for something that is supposed to be unattainable. You're willing to die for this, aren't you?
That's what Armando just said. He said he said that I shouldn't die for a dream, but that's all I've ever wanted to do. In a heartbeat.
Again, a fool. A fool. I have a question for you, Calliope. And it is probably the most important question you'll ever be asked in your life. Are you ready to understand the price of perfection? To embrace the very edge of human capability and then go beyond it?
I think it's the only thing I know how to do.
That fool, Armando, he collects statues. I collect legends. Which one do you wish to be?
It's to be a butterfly. A legend.
Then I will give you a chance to rest tonight. Talk to your family, talk to your friends. And tomorrow evening, I would say the same place. But let's go to the front of this place instead of the alley by the trash can. And then we shall talk.
I would really enjoy that. I would really like that.
Excellent. And she moves forward and she says, shake.
And Calliope's hand, gentle wrist, slightly parted fingers, reaches out and touches hers.
Excellent. And she looks at you, and it is, for a moment, almost predatorially. She seems bigger than you in a way that you cannot quite understand. You know you make yourself small, but you loom over this woman. But for this moment, just this second in time when she shakes your hand, she feels colossal. Like there is a weight to her that is hard to fathom. And it's sort of terrifying. But it also makes you want to be just like that.
Calliope understands. that sometimes it is necessary, as the rabbit, to gently, gently lay your neck in the mouth of a wolf. Their eyelashes flutter a little, still drawn in like a planetary body. I look forward to it. I look forward to meeting again. Thank you for this opportunity.
Then I shall see you tomorrow night. Around the same time. As soon as night falls.
I'll stay after rehearsal.
Perfect. And she just walks down the alleyway.
And it's only when she is finally rounded the corner and completely out of sight that Calliope blinks and comes back to themselves. They can feel the salty tears stained onto their cheeks. They can feel the tightness of their shoes, which they had almost forgotten. They felt weightless. They felt like they were floating. They felt deeply, deeply frightened and deeply, deeply alive. And they blink before leaning back, resting their head against the wall. Their mom needs groceries. They need to go back inside. But there's still tomorrow night. There's someone who sees them. Maybe they can still have it. Maybe they keep trying. They'll keep trying.
Perfect. So, we'll time skip a little bit. Calliope's had a rough day. And they get some rest, I assume. Do you sleep after all of this?
Man, I need to flip a coin to decide. They have a very, very fitful sleep. They wake up every few hours. And they hate themselves for how often their hand reaches across the small bed, searching for a body that is not there.
Oh. That's sad.
You said this is a show about trauma. I'm just
truly
following
is.
instructions.
Oh, that's rough.
When they wake up the next day, their eyes are puffy from crying. There are dark circles under their eyes. And there is a terrible blister on their foot from wearing their new oh god, I forgot the word.
Broken
Wearing
in.
their non-broken in point shoes.
Yeah. Truly. Apparently very lucky to have not hurt yourself significantly. Wearing those shoes not broken in and just going straight into pretty complicated piece.
Calliope has had to work hard for everything that they've had. They haven't had the opportunity to have multiple pairs of point shoes a year. They've had to deal with hand-me-downs. They've had to deal with everything that no one else wanted. Make do with what they have, with what people will give them. So they're used to not having the greatest circumstances.
It sounds like you might not be there in those same situations that much longer. It did not sound like Dr. Gray wanted anything particular from you?
Maybe she's a talent scout. Maybe she's from a theater in New York and they finally get the chance to move. Maybe even, maybe they'll even go to Europe.
With this thought in your head after a long day, again, happen to be even in the same room, working out with Anastasia, with
One,
Armando.
two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's a day, but you do have something to look forward to. And much like she said, Vivian is out front, or Dr. Gray, if you're being formal. And she waits for you. She has a car.
Dr. Gray, good to see you again.
Please, please, call me Vivian.
I'm afraid I feel a little underdressed. Calliope looks down at their leotard, tights, under sweatpants. I could go back to my apartment
No,
and
no, no,
change if
no,
we're
no.
going out.
Actually, if you like, I mean, if it is okay with you, I would like to see your apartment, what your abode looks like. I can drive you there.
Oh, I wasn't expecting guests, but I can absolutely. It's just a small
Child,
loft.
I do not wish to embarrass you in any way. Understand, I want to make sure that you have the things that you need to be successful. And I very much get the vibe from you that you will undersell your needs.
I would be happy to show you my apartment, although I really don't need much.
Just like I said.
Just, you know, the company helps subsidize housing, and I am on a scholarship, and have been since
Your
undergrad.
scholarship, you will not have to worry.
Thank you. And something comes over Calliope again. They had a very similar conversation with Giselle once when they first met. Giselle told them that they wouldn't need to worry about anything, that they'd cover it. They wanted to see them succeed. Money was no issue.
Again, almost like reading your mind. She goes, I am not here to tell you you do not have to work for this in any way. I want you to continue to embarrass that fool Armando at every opportunity that you get. I want you to look like the most powerful person to have ever stepped on the stage every time you are there. And for that, I am willing to make sure you live comfortably enough for that to be your only worry. This is not a gift. This is not free. There is something attached to it. Do you understand?
I understand. I'm not afraid of hard work.
I know. That is why you're here.
And Calliope gets into the car.
It is a very nice car, an Audi TT. It's a sports car. It's not something you'd expect her to have, but also when she gets in it, it almost seems fitting for her in a way.
Mm.
And it is not a long drive from here to your place. Like
Few blocks.
6 minutes. And it's mostly because you can't take a lot of back alleys and things of that nature you can do on your foot or on a bike or something like that. And while you're in the car, and this is a short drive, but she says, I can tell you're willing to die for this art. I can tell you're willing to defy nature. That, that, Calliope, is a found desire. You have a hunger, and I can show you how to truly satisfy it.
I think I would like that. It's all I've ever wanted to be that powerful and captivating and beautiful. It's all I've ever wanted.
My only question, it says here, I'll pull up to the doors. Do you think you're not that now?
It's hard to tell, I guess. I don't, um, I want to be, but I'll be totally honest. You're one of the first people who, has ever said that and meant it, I think.
And we're here, gets to your space, he says. Um, this place, do you like it?
It's perfectly suitable for my needs. I like that it's close to the theater. I have my bar in here. The studio was undergoing renovations a few years ago, and they were going to toss all the old equipment or sell it eventually. But I brought this one home so I could practice. And the mirror was a gift. But I do like it. It's nice.
A gift. A gift from whom? If you do not mind my asking.
Uh, um, a gift from somebody I was seeing for a time. We're not together anymore.
Someone else who has also failed you in this life. We have all experienced this, child. Do not worry. I'm not here to embarrass you. This place is sparsely furnished, but I believe there's more life to you than you giving yourself credit for. And you keep downplaying your wants, your needs. What you deserve in life is somewhat reciprocal. You this world that you know has offered you a stage where all of this, everything you see, even your body, will eventually falter. How long did you think you would continue to be able to dance? Truly.
I know even the best usually retire in their mid to late 30s. But I hoped that one day I might be a choreographer myself. A teacher, maybe?
Once upon a time, I was a gymnast. A long time ago. We do not have long careers. I wanted to be an Olympian. A dream. A dream that they told me that I would never achieve. And as it was said and done, they were right. I never quite achieved those heights. But the drive, the will, the pushing myself to that breaking point. I never stopped. Never stopped in anything that I do. And I don't think you should either.
I won't.
Do you mean that? Truly?
Something strange comes over Calliope in her presence. It's it's the lamb curling up in the wolf's mouth. It's the butterfly pushing through that hard outer casing to emerge. It is the boiling down of self that comes with metamorphosis. And I think Calliope, who had walked over to that bar and that mirror, looking at her through the mirror, looking at themselves, looking at her in the mirror, they almost pull themselves down to the ground as though to sit on the floor and think, and they can feel their knees, and they turn back to her, supplicant on the floor. And she asks, they nod and almost start to crawl toward her on the floor.
You understand? I'm going to ask you, because I am not one who just takes. Because taking has a cost, a level of regret that comes with it if you just choose to take.
I wish they would regret. I wish they would regret everything they took from me.
I will give you the tools to make that happen. But you must truly, and when I say truly, I mean that with every fiber of my being. You must truly be ready to die for this.
I would rather not live a half-life.
Vivian closes in on you. She stands you up. She's surprisingly strong. Her touch is cool, almost cold, surgical even. She takes Calliope, her face, into her hands, her eyes already kind of unsettling, just looking at her. And she kind of almost draws you in. And she leans in, voice low, almost hypnotic. And she says, "Then let the performance begin, Calliope. Let me show you how to dance beyond the brink of life. Let me give you the strength to finally break free." And then her mouth opens.
Are you the devil? But when Calliope asks, they sound like they want her to say yes.
And she does not respond to that question. She just bites. And for a moment, there's agony, pain, and then euphoria. There's something beautiful in this. You feel yourself. The question she asks about were you willing to die for it, you feel like this is a test to see if that was true. And then as you get to that brink of death, She bites her hand and offers it to you.
Calliope has always been something of a fool. Calliope thinks of themselves as a butterfly or a lamb or a rabbit making no impact on the world around them. Calliope touches her blood like a storm, like a hurricane, like a wolf with teeth, and they bite down, not just to drink, but to bite, to feel her palm, fingers gently splayed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8. 8. They want to consume. They are hungry. They are hungry. They don't think twice.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. And so, being embraced by Dr. Ingray, some time passes. Weeks. You have been shown the ropes of being kindred. You have learned a little bit about the Camarilla. You are a part of it. That your sire is a primogen. This is apparently a very important role for your clan. The Macavians. Your sire discusses what their, for lack of a better word, derangement is. They wanted you. They explained this to you. There's no secret in this. They wanted you because they want those who push themselves to the brink, to that breaking point. It is what they see, is what they are obsessed with. They want to see those people, to see if they will push past it to the point of where it could kill them and still go beyond. And you were that person. You are better than you were before. But in a way, it almost doesn't matter the same as it did before. You go out there, and as it happens, after you are able to go back out into the world for a few, this takes weeks before you're able to do so. You notice that Anastasia is also better. When I say better, I mean it hurts because the things that Armando said about her, the magic that he was saying, it's true. You can't deny it. It's uncomfortable, true, but it is like seeing perfection.
But I never notice. She's literally not even real.
You know that she, maybe before she wasn't, but now she is, just like you. And you also know that Armando is a kindred. As it happens, the Toreador primogen. And we open the scene, this very important scene, at a gathering of the kindred of the Camarilla. You are presented on a stage, even, with several other kindred. One of whom you've even recognized. Oh, a couple of whom you even recognize. But we'll talk to those people later. You are prepped before you go onto stage. They're going to ask you, excuse me, why you deserve this. Why my embrace for you was only for you. And when she asks you, I want you to answer as honest as your heart can be. Because if it's not, much like I would know, they will know too. Do you understand me?
I understand.
She is to be
Calliope.
addressed as Prince Devereaux. I don't care how many people you've heard call her Evie. She is Prince Devereaux.
Prince Devereaux. Calliope loves the way their voice sounds with fangs in their mouth. They love the way the word sounds. Prince Devereaux. And despite everything, despite everyone on the stage with them, I'm ready. I'm ready.
And you hear a voice go, child of Dr. Vivian Gray, Calliope. The prince looks at you. She is around 5'6". She looks like the goth aesthetic was born with her. The idea of the, for lack of a better term, big titty goth girlfriend is her. Dark hair, purple streaks, tall boots, tattoos, piercings. She knows she's hot and she doesn't care. She looks like she takes her role as Prince of Philadelphia incredibly seriously. And she looks to you and she says, so tell me, child of Vivian Gray, why do you deserve this gift? Unending life. What makes you special?
Prince Devereaux. Calliope extends an arm out and almost as though it was choreographed, bows at the waist, the slight plie, that long graceful neck arches down and then back up. I would die for this again and again. I would fold my wings out and make myself a legend. I would never stop. I would never, ever stop until I am the most powerful, beautiful thing in this world. Because I would bleed, I would sweat, and I would weep to do it again. And I will never, ever stop. Not in this life, or in the unlife, or in the space between them. Because I want to be a legend.
And she nods at you. And that is the end of this episode.
Woo!
So, my friends, this is part 1 of 4 of our prologue episodes. We are going to introduce each member of our cast with a very, much like this, a little prologue to whet the whistle. Yeah, I'm so pleased. Not all the technical
awesome.
stuff went the way I wanted to, but by God, this was amazing. We turned Calliope's very bad day into a not so bad day.
Don't worry, Calliope, I'm sure will use these powers in a very well-rounded,
Oh,
very
absolutely
grounded
going to be responsible. You've been so responsible
yeah.
up to this point.
Yeah.
Now, when you get the official go-ahead, if that should happen, you'll be even more responsible, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just they just need to get what they deserve. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So,
That's all.
with that said, let's tell the world who you are and where they can find you. See.
Hello, everyone. My name is C. I use they, them pronouns, and you can find me making very trans, very gay art on the internet at C Plays RPG. I had the absolute pleasure of coming on for this first little prologue as Calliope, who uses they, them pronouns, and is a now embraced kindred and dancer in the Philadelphia Ballet. And I'm so excited for everyone to meet who comes next. In the meantime, you can always catch me as the producer, dramaturg, and occasional player over on Transplanar RPG, which is, if you don't know, an all-transgender, person of color-led, dark fantasy actual play set in a non-colonial, anti-orientalist multiverse. We have a bunch of different shows that you can catch up on while we are currently on hiatus. Arc 4 of the Chaos Protocol is coming out very soon, and I promise that nobody is ready for it. But with that, if you liked what I did here tonight, you'll like what I do in other places. So check me out, and I'm going to pass it to the one and only storyteller that I would bring this to. Pass it right over to you.
So, thank you everyone for showing up tonight. I am so glad that y'all are here and enjoyed the story with us. I want to give a shout out to Venvox. You can catch them over at Venvox VA on the socials. I suspect we'll see more of Ven in the future. I suspect we'll see more of Ven.
My beloved and beloathed.
Do make sure you're following Ven on the socials. And of course, I have been your storyteller. I am Prince, also known as dimplesndice. That is where you can find me on all of the socials. Some of the socials I am deprecating. Or deprecating those. But yeah, we'll be back next week with another episode. We're going to take a short break, I think, after that for Gen Con, which I'll be at. And then we'll be back with 2 more episodes to get you introduced to the cast before we jump in full-fledged into the monsters within, because we gonna have some little monsters up in here. So I thank y'all all for coming out once again, and we will see y'all next week. Have a wonderful night. Peace.